What's up guys, on today's video we're going to be installing an aluminum alloy dash organizing kit that we just got from Cartrimhome. And if you're like me, you do a lot of camping and overlanding. Over the years you've definitely picked up a lot of gadgets and things like that that have taken up some important real estate on the dash. So we're going to go ahead and get this installed, but before I get into that, let's talk about my current setup and everything that I have on my dash. Alright guys, so the first thing that I've got is a ram mount. I've actually had this for quite a while now, I believe about 5 years. Really nothing wrong with this kit. But over the years, it's actually taken a quick beating here. So it does scratch my phone if I don't have a car case on there. Another thing with this as well is even though it is very, very strong and I've never dropped my phone, it does vibrate as I drive through some rough roads. So that's one of the things I dislike about it. And I didn't want to pay anything more to get this installed into a fancy mount. So I just went ahead and drilled this right on the dash. Some of you guys are gonna bash me for it, but guys, the trim piece on this is not too expensive. So I really didn't care, and it's lasted me a few years now. Secondly, I do have a baby monitor. So the dash kit is going to help me solve this by being able to mount onto this kit. If you don't have a baby monitor, you can have a GPS or anything that's going to take up this real estate. You can use this kit for. Thirdly, I do have my radios down here on my Dynuki kit. I'm going to have a link below on Amazon because these are hard to find, but I love this. This is a radio I use for myself and for my passenger, but I'm not sure if you guys are in the same boat, but I have a hard time listening to my bow fangs. So I'm hoping with the kit placed right here, I will have an easier time listening to this on the trail. It's not gonna always be here, but again, on a rough trail or on a trail when I'm overlanding with the boys, I can go ahead and have this mounted here instead of down here. All right, let's go to get to the unboxing. All right, very, very nice packaging here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Very solid aluminum alloy. These are going to be the two pillars that's going to hold them together. You've got your foam mount. It's also aluminum alloy. Does come with some rubber backing to it. A rubber strap. You've got your ball joints, more ball joints, connectors, a bunch of ball sockets. This is going to be the main plate. Yeah, so everything looks pretty high quality. This is going to be for the GoPro mount. Another ball socket. Let's go ahead and get this installed. All right, let's go ahead and clean up everything. We'll go ahead and remove everything that's not needed at the time being. Dash mount, let's also remove this. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm gonna install is gonna be this. So this is gonna be positioned right about here. There's gonna be two legs. I'm gonna basically be screwing this onto right here. But before that, this also hooks onto the back. So this is a no drill system. So what you're actually hooking on is these. And so there's screws and hardware that's included along with an Allen key. Now let's go and tighten these together. There you go. You'll know that you're using the shorter screws when it's nice and flush like that. All right, so you're gonna wanna have this as close as possible to the driver's side. That way everything is basically on your end here and it fits nicer into the groove right here. So with the two legs, you're basically gonna be sliding this onto the hook. Again, it's no drill, so you do have vents on the back right here. You're just basically clamping it like that. Doing it on both sides. Just do a quick pre-fitment to make sure that everything is aligned. And then you can go ahead and use your screws to tighten it together. Let's go ahead and do one side at a time. All right, I'm not gonna tighten it too tight. I just want to thread it. And I'll do the same on the passenger side. Let's make sure that it's aligned. You see, if this is straight, it's actually not aligned. So I'm gonna pull this back, move it further by 1, and there you go. Let's go ahead and try this side. Okay, there you go. Now that it's aligned, everything looks nice and straight. You can go ahead and tighten it all the way. I'm gonna put the other side in first. All right, everything is nice, sturdy, and tight. It's not gonna move. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these ball joints here. It does have a hole here. I'm gonna use a screw to stick it here, and I'm going to tighten it up right here. This is basically where I'm gonna have my cell phone mount. All right, here's a second. The third. And the fourth. There you go, 4 of them here. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is set up my phone mount. So this is where you use one hand to release the phone. This is rubberized right here for softness and impact. I'm gonna use the same ball joints that's included, stick a screw here, and then attach it to the back. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these connectors for the ball joints. I'm gonna slip it on right here. I'm gonna get closer to the ball joint. You can loosen this so that it slips on there, and then you can start tightening it together. So I'm just gonna tighten it partially, not too tight, but there you go. It doesn't take much effort. I can start moving it. It's actually, as you guys can see, it wiggles less than the other unit. So far, so good. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the right side. I'm gonna use this mount here, and this is going to be holding my radio. So let's just go ahead and get this stuck here. Same way to install it. I'm gonna turn to the back. There's a screw area there. Let's go ahead and tighten it. Nice and tight. Then the next thing I'm going to do is grab another connector. I'm gonna place it right here, loosen it a bit so that it can slip in. Let's go ahead and loosen it some more so it wedges in, and like so. There you go. Let's go ahead and tighten it. I'm gonna re-angle it a bit. There you go. All right, the next thing is going to be for the GoPro. So this one is going to be a regular ball joint that's included that also has this connector here. This is what the GoPro basically attaches to. So you just slip that in. You can go ahead and tighten it like that. So if you want to, you can just go ahead and angle it forward if you don't want it to be too exposed. You can actually even flip it down there if you don't want that to show at all. So because I'm not installing the GoPro today, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it down like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the plate. Again, what this works for is like a GPS. I'm gonna be trying to install my car baby monitor, but you basically have this ball here, and you're gonna put the screw right here. You see the Cartrimhome logo, so you're gonna be putting this onto the back of it, and you're just gonna be tightening it up. Tighten it up. There you go. Then what you're going to do is similar. You're going to grab this connector. You're gonna just add it here, loosen this up so that you can fit it, and then tighten, like so. Let's say you're ready to attach your GoPro. If you guys are familiar, this is the GoPro attachment that goes onto the plastic case. You just flip this around, just screw that in. Now you're good to go. You can just tighten it up when you need to tighten it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and move it towards this direction here. And I'm just gonna get it out of the way since I'm not installing a GoPro today. Like so. Retighten it if you need to. All right. Okay, so this right here is going to be where I'm going to be clipping on the Baofeng radio. It's easier to hear when it's right in front of me. And lastly is going to be my baby monitor for the time being. I may add a GPS system in the future, but this is where I'm going to install my camera right now. So there you go. If I want to lower this, I can just lower it to get it more eye level so it doesn't take up too much real estate. So there you have it, guys. Got it installed. It was pretty quick all around, very, very universal. So you can really customize this any way that you want to make it work for you. Again, have the GoPro mount back there. If I want to, I can just flip that up. It's not going to really be in the way. I can still see my clock. It is still very sturdy. This is cell phone mount. Going to be my Baofeng radio mount there. Overall, let me know what you guys think. We'll have a link below in case you guys are interested. Take a look at that. And again, if you want to, you can always shift this lower or higher any way that you want. So it's very, very versatile. That's how it looks on the dash. No drill.